Christian, really lovely seeing you, mate. It's been a long time coming. No,
it's been a while.
Obviously, we've known each other for many years on the shooting circuits.
Yep.
I've known you with what you do on PSG, and I've seen you out shooting many rifles as well. But the other thing which you're very good at is you do a lot of shooting overseas, don't you?
I do, yeah.
So what's the important part about it is people see you shooting at KS or Spitfire,
yep.
and they see you shooting there and they go, actually, but then they see the videos of you shooting with Dave Kiddle
yep.
overseas. If somebody wanted to get into it, what's the benefits of shooting here in the UK to then transfer those skills, say, to America or vice versa?
So over here, I tend to use a 2.2 LVP, a 2.2 semi-auto rifle, and a 12-gauge shotgun, Section 1. Really good basics. The LVP pretty much functions the same as the 9mm I use in the States.
So which platform are you using?
I'm using the K22 currently.
Yep.
Might switch to something else, but we'll just see how that goes. Rifle-wise, I use a Smith & Wesson 1522 with a Trichicon 1-4 Opticon on top of that, which I've been fortunate enough to be sort of sponsored by them for a few years now, which is going quite well. And again, I use the same setup in the States. I take the optic off my rifle over here, I put it on the optic in my rifle in the States, I go and zero it, and I'm 100% confident that as soon as that little radar triangle touches that target, I squeeze off 2 shots, it's going to hit.
But again, this is one of the things that a lot of people are using. If it's not 2.2, they're using Action Air or something.
Yep.
So it's all about muscle memory.
It's all about muscle memory.
Totally.
If you're 100% confident that you can hit a target at 25 yards with an airsoft rifle, a 2.2 rifle, go to the States, pick up a semi-auto 223, and it functions exactly the same way.
I think this is where people haven't quite necessarily, not everybody, but there are quite a few people think, oh, there's a massive difference there. There's zero difference.
There's zero difference.
The difference is the ammunition is slightly larger,
and more expensive.
A lot more expensive actually. But then again, the 12 gauge, if you're using the same 12 gauge as you're here in the UK, everything will be exactly the same.
Pretty much, yep, exactly.
Now, some of the videos which I've seen of you shooting going on the America trips are pretty awesome. And it is, it is boys and toys, but it's also the fact that because we can't do it here in the UK, now if somebody wanted to say, come and do that, how would they do that, Christian?
Yeah, well, either get in touch with myself or David Kiddle at American Shooting Trips, and we can organise that to help you get out there. Spend 5 days on the range. I think next year we're doing 4 days on the range and a 2-day match at the end of it, so a two-day 3-gun match.
Yeah.
There'll be a rifle match, pistol match. I think we're doing a shotgun match as well, which will be IPSC. I'm waiting for that to be confirmed. But it should be able to run something like that, USPSA wise. And I've lost my train of thought.
I almost think I might actually want to go on one of those. I'd like to go on one of those actually. I know Dave talked to me ages ago about it, saying, look, would I like to try and get over there? And I would love, that's something which I want to try and do, but my priorities at the moment with jobs, etc. There's only so much that goes around.
Exactly
family time and all that. You of all people know that.
Yep.
From all the different disciplines of the shooting, what is your favourite and why?
I think 3-gun. I just enjoy it. I think there's just so much going on. Again, it's that whole. I'm fairly competent with each firearm. I'm not going to say I'm extremely good with any of them, but I'm reasonably competent with each of them, and I can switch between them fairly well. So for me, I enjoy the challenge of the stage and how it's set up. I try not to overthink things, and I just kind of go with the flow as it happens. It works. So I do all right. I shot in a club match in the States a couple of weeks back and came 6th out of 22, and there were some pretty good shooters in that match. And I shot in the little one we do with American Shooting Trips and won that. But I'm training those people, and I don't like to be sort of the person who's winning because I'm running it kind of thing. So I struggle a bit with that, but I'd rather people just forgot I was
You're the grey man.
Take number 1 off and shift everyone up a lot.
How do you find that when you're shooting in the US? Obviously, we've seen quite a few English shooters go over there.
Yep.
How would you say the UK shooters compare to the Americans?
They do pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
I think the Americans think that because you're English you can't shoot, and then you pick up a gun and you can. I've shot with some quite good USA shooters. Brian Nelson, pretty much.
He's up there.
He's up there. I've had some really good tips with him. I've had instruction with him. I've had instruction with his dad, Ken Nelson, who's an awesome instructor.
Yeah.
Glenn Wong again, all grandmasters in their disciplines, and I've sat down, I've watched, I've listened, and I've tried to learn off of them.
Yeah.
And again, recently met Gary Wellborn, who was USPSA high ranking for quite a while, and then runs the Blue Ridge Mountain 3-gun up there.
I was going to say, because we got people like John Jennings, John Axe, for example, both of those guys, and Clive Gamblin, who spent quite a bit of time going to the Blue Ridge.
Yep.
And again, others.
They hold their own against the Americans.
And Axie, obviously, he's driven on his pistol and his rifle, and he's a mega efficient with his shotgun as well. Yeah. But to see him go up against the best of the Americans on one of the biggest competitions, I think it's. So I think, for me to try and sort of have 5 minutes with you, Christian, to find out what it is that you do, the passion that you have, which people hear about, but they don't necessarily know about it. Hopefully now we'll obviously.
I think basically shooting is fun.
Yeah.
Needs to be safe.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And as long as people can shoot safely and enjoy themselves, that's all I really care about. At KFC, that's what it's all about. Come down, be safe, have some fun. Go home with a smile on your face, tell your friends, let's make shooting a positive. It doesn't have to be all negative all the time like it's portrayed in the press. Let's make it a positive experience.
That's the one thing that's coming out of this show, is everybody wants to decompartmentalise all of these different departments, or whether it's different disciplines and everything. We all pull a trigger. We all shoot at a target.
We do.
Regardless of who it is or what it is. Not who it is, sorry, but what it is or where it is or whose discipline. Nobody's better than anybody else. No. This community needs to be pulled together so we all stand together. Sorry. And then that's you. Professional.